Warriors. A tremendous setting and a spectacular game that we have in store. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Stanford Cardinals, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese. David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Rainbow Warriors offense will have first crack at this one. And here comes, for the first time as a starter, this talented freshman. And Jesse, it seems like quarterbacks mature quicker and quicker these days, and they're ready to grab the reins.
Yeah, you're seeing it more and more. There's more high school quarterbacks now ready to take the next step and compete and perform in college football. But listen, I started as a true freshman back at Florida. I guarantee you he has so much nervous energy going right now because he has never played in an environment like this, and he has never played against competition like this either.
No, it's crazy, and that was 1920. So imagine now with all the technology and how much he's feeling the nerves. Obviously, all the eyeballs in the stadium is on him. Everybody knows what he's capable of, but he's going to be the first guy to touch the football. It's going to revolve around him, and that's a lot to ask of a freshman.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Davis will throw. With the catch, it's Harris. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43. Let's take a second to think about Hawaii. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back. No one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the right. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
It'll be 3rd and long. The offense changing the play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. High coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. The Rainbow Warriors will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. So Stanford's offense will have its first possession of the game. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that...
Oh, a lot of space. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Guys, let's talk just for a second about Stanford. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room. So important to get off to a good start, try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the first down and wants more. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. He's picked up 49 yards on the ground already. What a way to get this season started. Brown wants to pass. Touchdown, Stanford! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's a really nice play call that time by the offensive coordinator because you just had an explosive run getting you down close to the goal line. I think everybody on defense was expecting them to just turn around and hand it off again. Not the case. Now you go pass. Really nice catching the defense off guard, and they get the touchdown. Bang, bang, 2 plays, 6 points on the board.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Ready to go back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Making side adjustments here. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And here's a fumble way behind the line. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a first down and came up a little short.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Looking to fire. Here comes the heat.
Man, as a defense, you're salivating in this territory. You want to get that safety. You want to put your hands over your head, clasp them together. I got him in the end zone. Nice job by the defense being ready, rushing the quarterback, almost getting the safety.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. And the Rainbow Warriors will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. This offense has it with really good field position. Motion from the wide receiver. He'll try the left side. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play Responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
Going over the top. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. The ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
Here comes the option. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Power football with the run. Runs through the tackle. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. He's got 59 yards rushing in the early going, and he is making an impact in the first game of the season. Quick release by the QB. He's stopped at the 5, but the completion sets him up for the first and goal. At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cardinals!
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. Touchdown, Hawaii. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Brown will throw it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Now on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Got it behind the line. It's Doyle. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. The Cardinal will have to come up with a huge play to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the quarterback goes He takes it at the 45. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Touch pass on the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
It leads to second down.
The Rainbow Warriors have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Davis looking to pass. Got his man quickly. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one is anything but routine. A 48-yard attempt from the right hash. And the attempt is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Here's the handoff. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
Running to Green. Got the 1st down and more. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Stanford going back to work with another 1st down. They'll give it to him again. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the 2nd quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Turning it on. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
He'll take it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. The offense will have to use its 1st time out of the half. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. wants to pass. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. So now on fourth down, they'll try to salvage a 3 and just get points before halftime. That is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And these are the ones that make me want to remove kickers from the game. I mean, this is a chip shot field goal. It should be an automatic 3. He misses. Wasted drive, wasted opportunity.
Looking downfield on first down. Right on the money. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. He hurls one deep down the left side. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, nice to see you actually showed up for today's broadcast in paradise, given all there is to do there in Honolulu.
And the Rainbow Warriors will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. If it's working, might change it, and that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. They'll get this drive started from the 29. On the move, it's Barfield. Across the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Rainbow Warriors in a good spot here with second and short. Davis will throw. Finds his tight end. Gets it out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on that one.
Oh, that's just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They're going back to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Second down, they'll go to the air. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires on the move. Touchdown, Stanford! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Washington State is running away with things, and I'm not sure anyone inside that program saw this coming today. They're up by 17 over Louisiana Tech. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Davis looking to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but what an opportunity here from the 23-yard line. Great place to start for this offense. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football.
He's loose. Lowers those pads. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Stanford comes up with a first and goal. He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Caught in the backfield, it's Doyle. Touchdown, Cardinal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, when you've got a quarterback that has this type of ability, there's no question what your strategy is going to be week in, week out, right? They want to throw the football. They want to hurt you with their ability to push it downfield through the air. 3 passing TDs in this one already.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense has it. They're on the move. Touchdown, Stanford. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield, you're trying to find an open guy, you're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you, they knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping 2 hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
35, Hawaii, 7.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Using his legs, it's Sims. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. With jet sweep pass. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Rainbow Warriors come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back, Palmer. He'll do the rest, lower his shoulder, and make sure he gets the first down.
Yeah, it means a lot to this offense, too, to have a guy like this that always just seems to fall forward. He always, in these short yardage situations, knows.
Turns on the Jets. Lots of running room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. The Rainbow Warriors are flying down the field. Davis will throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, trying to find his man. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Got room on the return. And he's brought down, but this interception, a huge play to end this quarter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We've reached the break, and it is Stanford holding the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. On the option. Now the toss. Just leaves him grabbing air as he gets down to the 35. Guys, let's take a big picture view of Stanford. Given the unrest surrounding this guy's future as the head coach, this would be a great way to get the season started.
Man, you want all the momentum you can get, and you want to quiet people down. You don't want it to get louder. The louder those murmurs talk about hot seat, and you have a tendency to lose your football team. It's a distraction. You have to talk about it all the time. So always nice, Palmer, to get off on the right foot.
You just got to be able to drown out the outside noise, right? Easier said than done. And with this win in week 1, they're going to silence the critics. But make no mistake, he's going to go into that locker room and say, everyone that's been talking trash about us all offseason, they're going to love us now. Don't pay any attention to that. All that matters is what's in this locker room. They've got to take that attitude forward.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. It'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It's 1st and goal as Stanford comes to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Off the play fake. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. It's Brown. Touchdown, Cardinal! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop it.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that drive covered 40 yards, and they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll try the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football game.
Davis looking to pass. Pulls it in. It's Harris. There he goes. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Rainbow Warriors come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Pulls it in. It's Sims. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Makes the grab. It's Harris. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. To the air on first down. Oh, they're after him.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Looking to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and give.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next